Our next presenter this evening, Sarah Jerger, Micro Art, Macro Joy. Thank you, Sarah.
Those were great. All right, we're good to go. It's the winter of 2020 to 2021. We had just slogged through the first 9 months of a pandemic. The kids were back in school, part-time-ish. We were still stuck at home. We didn't really have vaccines quite yet. We had stopped disinfecting our groceries by this point, but it was still pretty stressful and we didn't know much. And then I slipped on an icy trail and I broke my ankle, so that was super fun. And then there was this little insurrection thing that had just happened too, right? So my spirits were pretty damn low. I spent a lot of time scrolling my phone while I was laid up, and I ran across a Washington Post article about an artist in Seattle who had created this little wooden box, kind of like little free libraries, but for art. I was in love. I'm an artist, but art making took a complete backseat during the pandemic for me. If people couldn't see art in museums and galleries, I thought, what a cool, fun, and unpretentious way to bring art to people. I knew I had to make one. Honestly, I was quite self-centered about the whole thing in the beginning. This would give me a place to put my art. This would give me something to focus on while I was recovering. And I would get to play with a dollhouse in essence, and that's just fun. And if there was a chance that this could bring a little beacon of joy and light to my neighbors, that would be a bonus. I researched building plans, sketched a design, scouted the perfect location in our yard, and my husband and I got started, and with our rudimentary carpentry skills, built the gallery and opened it on April 4th, 2021. Little did I know that the little art gallery would be met with such delight. Within a few days, I was on the news, and we had a steady stream of visitors to the free little art gallery in Essex Junction, the first one in the state. In the first month alone, we had over 180 pieces of art exchanged. But I wasn't the only one who had picked up on the Washington Post article. Free little art galleries, or flags for short, started popping up all over the country, which gave way to a really fun and strong network of us on Instagram. As a new gallery popped up, we'd mail each other art in support. In the first year, I got art from 19 different artists in 14 different states. Art mail was delightful. But what was more delightful was being able to engage with people as they visited the gallery. I met folks in my neighborhood that I had not met in 13 years of living there. People would come, they would bring their own art, they would take some art home, or a lot of people were just swinging by to see what this weird little project was all about. After a year of isolation, it was clear that we were all in desperate need of a little humanity. A way to safely see people, start a conversation, find something whimsical that brought a smile to our faces. A way to connect and bring sparks of joy in what was some pretty dark and lonely times for many of us. It turns out that this project wasn't really about me at all. Art is exchanged by folks of all backgrounds and ages, some professionals, some hobbyists, some first-timers who felt like this was a safe place for them. All art is about 8 by 8 inches or smaller, usually much, much smaller, and is in nearly every medium that you can think of, from pen and ink to watercolor, jewelry, collage, fiber arts, 3D prints, books and zines. The list goes on and on and on. It's incredible to witness the creativity. In the first year of the gallery, over 800 pieces of art were exchanged. Sometimes I'll do something special like a little themed show like this for Halloween, or give out some free supplies or little kits to make Valentines. And I've even hosted a handful of local elementary school field trips who come by to visit. It's safe to say that the gallery was a hit. But because I'm a sucker for new projects, always, I was itching to do something that brought people physically together after a year in the gallery, now that it was safer to do so. But I still wanted to really center accessibility. So with the help of some of my generous artist friends, the flag hosted a series of 3 summer art workshops free to the community. We taught collage, stamp making, jelly plate printing. Supplies were donated by the teaching artists or local community members who were just really invested in the project, or from my own personal overflowing stash. But it hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. There have been a few hiccups, like this tragic beheading, or the time that over 200 pieces of origami were stuffed into the gallery, or the community sketchbook that vanished after a few days. But we'll take those little hits for the greater good. Since the launch of the Free Little Art Gallery in Essex Junction 3 years ago, I had the pleasure to be part of a research study by a postdoc fellow at Queen's University who was doing their research on community resources like little free libraries and art galleries. And I've been really humbled to help other creators of other flags locally and around the country as well. Now in Vermont, you can also find free little art galleries on the UVM campus, at the Soda Plant, at the Henry Sheldon Museum in Middlebury, and in Milton and Brattleboro. And if you want to delight in the little things, I invite you to come over to Oneida Avenue in Essex Junction. You might find some treasures from some of our regulars, like Kylie, who crochets the cutest little amigurumi creatures, or 6-year-old Colby, who packages up the cutest containers of pom-poms and stickers and pipe cleaners as supplies. Or maybe you'll find a beautiful collage by professional artist Mad Collage. Or maybe, just maybe, you will be inspired to create a free little art gallery in your own neighborhood. The community drives it. There's creativity and generosity in abundance. You just need to give that energy a safe little space to land. Micro art will bring you and everyone around you macro joy, I promise.